Thank you so much. At the outset, I'd like to thank all the organizers of the AOS for such a wonderful conference, and to take such a large meeting virtual is indeed a major challenge, and I'm sure it's going to be a really successful one. The very fact that we are all meeting on a virtual platform, I think, shows the importance and relevance of being digital and going digital. And while we are all doctors, ophthalmologists, it's important that we learn to reach out to our public, to our patients through the digital medium. Times have been constantly changing. In 2005, if you went for a particular concert like this, people were all looking forwards through their eyes. But take that away, which is a decade later, people are watching through their cell phones. Even though they are present live, the entire arena has completely changed. The way we consume news today, the way we consume information is all moved from a newspaper or radio or television towards the digital medium. And even in the digital medium, various platforms are now competing and taking over from one another. So in keeping with the trend of moving digital, the way the marketing spend has moved has also changed dramatically. This is a graph for the marketing spend of the United States. India is also on a very similar curve. And as you can see here, the traditional marketing is slowly dipping, but the digital marketing is on a steady rise and is likely to rise even further. And I'm sure in the post-COVID era, if we looked at these numbers, they are going to be significantly higher. It's not just that the way we are marketing, but even for the public or the patients who are reaching out, who are searching for suitable doctors or suitable hospitals, are also going online. The amount of keyword search volume is increasing every month, and a minimum of 200,000 plus patients are looking at relevant eye-related keywords like eye hospitals, LASIK surgery, best eye hospitals, treatment costs, etc., etc. And it's exceedingly important that we really take on digital platforms and digital marketing in all our spheres. Having explained the importance of digital marketing, let us go through some of these aspects, some of the key aspects one by one. First of all, to gain visibility, which is really what the digital medium gives you, we have two structured ways. One is called organic and the other inorganic. When we say organic, it is a kind of a slow, sustained growth, and it happens over a period of time. You're continuously working to gain organic growth. In inorganic media, which is very, very high in the digital setting itself, we do it through paid marketing. There are quick returns. You get a lot of leads, a lot of impressions. But then again, it may not have a long-term impact unless you slowly convert those leads into organic growth in a slow, sustained manner. So let us see how we go about doing all these one by one. So the first and foremost thing is that it starts with a very responsive website. And when I say responsive, the website, which previously we used to only think of computers and desktops, is now rapidly moving away from computers and desktops into smaller media, into tabs and into cell phones, and most importantly, into cell phones. So it's very important that you have a relevant website, which is, which can be changed from one media to the other, which has all the suitable tabs, the keywords. You have banners which are shifting constantly, ones which are live banners which are changing every few seconds. You have quick access keys like video consultations, online appointments, booking services, booking appointments, all of these which are quick access keys. You also have a live chatbot which is available in every page, which is very useful for any basic queries that the patient may have. It's also important to keep your website dynamic, that you keep including news and events which is happening in your institutes. You add patient experience, add testimonials, and keep your website live and fresh. This is just one data which I want to show at this point of time, where out of the 29,000 visitors to our website last month, 25,000 or 86% of them have accessed our website through a mobile phone. So it's extremely important that your website is designed to be friendly for viewing on a smaller screen, and it needs to be designed in that format so that even in the mobile, they get the same kind of user experience and user interface that they would get on a desktop. So moving on to the marketing itself, there are various avenues which are available today, and let's quickly take them up one by one. Google continues to remain the leader as far as the scope for digital marketing is concerned, and Google itself can be used through various means. It can be used through search engine optimization, which is organic. You have Google Ads, which is inorganic. You have AdWords and display ads. Then you have important Google reviews. And then you can analyze your entire performance of your website and your various activities through Google Analytics. So let me quickly take you through them one by one. So when we say search engine optimization, it's essentially ensuring that your website is coming forward in the rankings or in the web pages when someone is searching through relevant keywords. So I'm taking the simple example of Eye Hospital in Bangalore. Now we have a large presence in Tamil Nadu, and when we went to Bangalore, it's not easy that a person searching for Eye Hospital in Bangalore will get to access Eye Foundation immediately. But through consistent search engine optimization, through some consistent keyword optimization, you can actually see that we are right up there with the best hospitals in Bangalore. And this is possible through consistent work over a period of time. Before you go on to use the SEO itself, it's important that you analyze and do a kind of keyword search analysis. You want to see the sampling volume of searches for those particular keywords and ensure that you optimize for those keywords. Your website is optimized. Those keywords are added to various different paragraphs, different places, different backlinks are introduced into your website so that it ranks high when someone is searching for it. You also have inorganic Google Ads, which is extremely essential. You need to keep doing it everywhere, both in your established centers and your new centers, where essentially when somebody is searching for any keyword, it could be just an eye hospital in a particular place or your hospital itself. And this is an inorganic thing where the ad comes in. So here, this is a quick fix. You don't, when I say SEO, it happens over a slow period of time and you slowly move up the rankings from, let's say, the bottom 2 pages to the first page and to a higher ranking, the first page itself. But through these Google AdWords, you can actually ensure that your name is coming up first when somebody is searching for it. You can increase your bidding for these Google AdWords to ensure your name comes up first each time. Again, an extremely important aspect in ensuring that your ranking on websites on the Google searches improves is to make sure that you're publishing sufficient blogs, you're doing enough content writing. Quora is a very, very important platform where you submit various searches. So when someone searches for something like Best Eye Hospital for LASIK, your name comes up or your hospital name comes up, essentially because you've been consistently posting organic blogs and content writing over a period of time, answering different queries. And these serve as backlinks to ensure that your web page comes up. So these are just some screenshots of certain blogs that have been written in different places. It could be very general, very simple blogs to the public, addressing about facts of glaucoma, simple eye health tips, so many things which can be published in different blog sites. And these really ensure that they are backlinked to your website and improve the overall SEO ranking of your website. The next is really looking at your Google reviews. Now, Google reviews have really come into prominence these days. It's whether you're just going shopping or whether you're trying to buy a particular product or whether you're going to eat at a particular restaurant, all of us are looking at reviews. And it's important that you have sufficient number of reviews, you have a good ranking, good star rating. And it's important that you also start soliciting these reviews with your patients. Whenever you see a happy patient, gently telling them to provide a Google review is definitely very much accepted nowadays. Patients also look forward to it. They're happy that we are soliciting reviews and they are very keen to give honest feedback. And these feedbacks, can range from naming your doctor, telling what nice surgery was done, how they like the facilities, or to our own surprise, where a person actually wrote about a cafeteria, something which we really never thought much about or never gave much importance to, but that was something which a patient highlighted. So various facets of your hospital gets highlighted through these Google reviews, and people do definitely look into them and consider it as an important factor in their decision-making while choosing the hospital of their needs. Google Analytics is extremely important, and in every month, we must go through these analytics go through how our website is performing, how are various aspects of our Google ads and Google display ads and how they're working. So this is just a screenshot showing how many visitors came in, how many of them were new, how many of them returning, what page they spent more time in, what page they bounced off, which page they did not spend much time in. It also gives us a branch-wise overview, which branch received more clicks, where when we did a specific campaign in a particular area, how many clicks we received through those particular campaign. Then it also gives you how many calls were accessed through your Google Ads. And it's important to have a dedicated number or a dedicated call center for these calls. We have a single number for all centers where all calls come in, and we're able to track these calls and follow up on these patients and ensure they are given the right information before coming to the hospital. Different campaigns which you might be conducting for different centers for different reasons, you really get a very clear idea of the amount which you've spent, how many clicks you received, what is the conversion rate, what is the total return on your investment. And this is the kind of analytical information which you'll get really very, very clearly only on the digital platform. Through your regular media, through your newspapers, it's very, very difficult to get such kind of very accurate information, but digital will give you a pinpoint information. Moving on from Google, we have Instagram and Facebook ads also, which are very much becoming prominent nowadays. And while Facebook initially was more an area where you were creating awareness, where you were just having an active Facebook page, you regularly put some posts, some which will have interaction, some which will not have interaction, just to increase your number of followers, just to increase an awareness of your presence in that particular city. But nowadays, even in Facebook, there is a lot of ads which are coming up. And the benefit of a Facebook ad is really you can have a very highly targeted and defined audience. So you can define the geographic area specific down to the kilometer where you want the ads to be displayed. The language, especially in states where you have a vernacular language and you're trying to target a kind of the middle and lower middle class income group, where they are actually more comfortable in the vernacular language. And it's very important that the ads are also designed and use those vernacular pages. Age, income level, their interests, their education level, everything comes into play when we are trying to bracket the audience for our Facebook ad. So just an example of ads. So this is an ad, World Glaucoma Awareness Week. It's just an awareness ad which we put across all our centers in Facebook and Instagram. And through this, you can actually actively track our leads where you're offering a free eye screening for glaucoma awareness. Or it could be a very targeted ad for a young group, young audience in a particular town or city where you're trying to offer a particular service like a LASIK or refractive surgery. There's another center in Kerala where again, the entire group is more comfortable in looking through a Malayalam page. And it's important that you are actually addressing them in their vernacular language and posting ads also in vernacular language. This was a particular campaign which is conducted during Ramzan, during the Eid period, and it had an excellent outcome even during the difficult times. YouTube is something which is really coming in. It's not as organized as of now as Facebook or Google, but it's fast catching on. And you have several YouTube ads, you have in-stream ads. Now, in-stream ads are something when people are accessing a popular net channel or popular network through on their YouTube channels, and these ads come in. And these are generally inorganic. Yes, you can continue doing them, but it's specifically useful when you're trying to launch in a particular town or city. Again, more important than these just inorganic ads is to actually go through educational videos, and you should promote these videos in an accurate manner. So having a patient information web YouTube page where you have different aspects, your regarding whether it's diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, your different consultants are putting in videos, and these videos can slowly be promoted and gives them an effective overview and a good patient education, which increases the profile of your web page, your YouTube content, and your hospital itself. Now, after just doing these ads alone is not enough. The lead management also is extremely important. You get a variety of leads through various sources. And it's extremely important they are all funneled in the right direction. You have to bring them on to either your website or the particular landing page, or you have a call center where there are specific people responsible for attending to different campaigns. You have a dedicated mobile number for these campaigns to receive all these. And then they are all then converted into an Excel sheet, followed up, and you slowly provide these patients with appointments and ensure they come in. So it's just generating the leads is just the first step. The TAT has to be very, very good. Your response time has to be within 24 hours. You should respond to these candidates and ensure. Sorry, there seems to be some disturbance.
Yeah, no, that's just a time's up thing.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
So speeden up.
Yeah, I'll just finish in a minute. WhatsApp is another new medium which is catching on, and it's important you have your WhatsApp integrated with your hospital management software. This is just a screenshot where any kind of investigation report, any kind of discharge summary can be shared on WhatsApp to our patients. You can also have an active feedback system which can be shared through WhatsApp and analyze your NPS scores as well. Email marketing is slowly catching on, though we've not found it extremely useful. But at least when reaching out to a scientific group like our ophthalmologist group, it can be quite useful. So you have multiple avenues available, and with a gradual incremental approach, you can increase first your awareness about your particular brand, increase the awareness, build a brand, and then convert to patient leads altogether. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Shreyas, for your very great efforts at trying to convey something so very critical in the present day world in this cramped 15 minutes. But there was a clarity, at least a direction for us to know that, yes, we have to work actively towards that. So I'm going to ask the first question. I'm going to ask Dr. Nirmal Frederick. Shreyas, be with us till your question thing is over. What are your thoughts on digital marketing, Dr. Nirmal? In a city like Chennai, has it caught on effectively as it is in Bangalore and many bigger cities?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chitra. Thanks for the opportunity and very comprehensive talk, Dr. Shreyas. Yes, digital marketing is catching up in all the places, particularly where the penetration of software industry and IT industry is on really increasing. Right? Chennai had probably the third or fourth largest congregation of IT people, particularly in the suburban areas. And these are the people who really look into the digital ads, the reviews, or use all the search engines and social media, and then come to you. And most often these are the younger crowd. Okay, so we have to really target these people not only for bringing or seeing them, but also for getting their parents who would be one of our target groups. And these are the people who are going to be the payers for their parents. And it's high time we concentrate on these youngsters who are technically savvy, and also they bring in the insurance people. So digital marketing is going to be the in thing in the next decade or so, and high time hospitals concentrate on this particular way of targeting or reaching out to patients.
Dr. Haripriya, are you there with us? Dr. Haripriya, somebody said she's there.
I'm here. Yeah, she's there.
Haripriya, I wanted you to tell us, in your kind of a setup, does digital marketing have any role at all?
Yeah, so actually we are, it is good to listen to Shreyas's talk. So to see, as you said, the younger generation is better equipped and more aware of how to use this platform more effectively. And it is true that, most people do look up the different platforms when they choose an eye care provider. So I think it is extremely critical to be aware, to know of how your presence is felt out, and to have one team work on this exclusively. So while we may not spend a lot of time to do it in an inorganic way, I think organically you do have people who review you, you do have people put up stuff on you on Google and stuff. So it's good to be aware what the feedback is. And I think it's also good, like using platforms like WhatsApp or SMS, to be in touch with patients for their follow-up, for their feedback. So in other ways as well, it's good to use these platforms.
Shreyas, do you have anything to add on this further?
No, I think I've conveyed everything, but I just wanted to add that it's not just now in the bigger cities or towns. but the penetration is very, very high, even in smaller cities, smaller towns, tier 2, tier 3 towns. In fact, there are more people on Facebook from tier 3 towns and cities than even tier 1. The main reason is possibly the avenues for entertainment is a little lesser. And with the kind of penetration of 3G and 4G that we have, everyone is on their cell phone and everyone is on their Facebook. And there are various other platforms. Facebook is just one of them. And in fact, the younger population has moved away from Facebook. There is a generation younger than me who is no longer using Facebook. So, and they are actually, let's say, the refractive surgery population or other people. So I think it's extremely important that we are aware and use them in all cities, whether large or small.
I would ask Dr. Ashok Grover and Dr. Debashish to comment on this. We all know that advertising in print and electronic media is getting very expensive. So would you say that the digital marketing alone could suffice, or it is just one more anvil of support?
Chitra, I think Shreya's, first, congratulations for a wonderful talk.
Thank you, sir.
And I couldn't have learned more. And second thing, yes, I think this is the path forwards, and it's very futuristic because it's a two-way communication. It is very transparent. You can actually get the response, and you can understand the net effect of the campaign, as Shreya's pointed out. But what is more important is that the DMU, the decision-making unit of a particular procedure, if I have to undergo cataract surgery now, maybe my son decides or my daughter decides. So essentially, the DMUs are digital friendly, as also Haripriya was pointing out. And the third thing that we probably use in our hospital settings is we involve the staff to get a review from Google review, and we capture their WhatsApp number so that we can use them in campaigns, and that is also a review for the staff for their assessments. So we can mix a few things here and there.
Is Dr. Ashok there? Dr. Ashok is not there. Dr. Harshul, let me have your thoughts. You are the younger generation. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So Shreya's wonderful talk on digital marketing. We all know that change is the only constant thing in life. So we need to change with the changing times. It's very important. So I'd like to ask you that how much percentage of the revenue or your profit like to keep for digital marketing or any kind of marketing? This question is to Dr. Debashish sir also and to Shreyas also as a group. How do you decide that this percentage should go for marketing?
Frankly, I think we haven't evolved a specific percentage for each center. Of course, the newer centers, there obviously the spend is higher. At the time when you're doing a launch, the spend is higher. And at that time, that will be a very significant percentage of the revenue that center is generating. For established centers, it's mostly organic work which happens. And from time to time, small bursts, small campaigns which are conducted during different specific times like Glaucoma Awareness Week and here and there. We are not constantly doing at least social media ads for established centers. Of course, Google AdWords and other things is constant, happens right through the year for all centers. But the social media ads is a little fewer for established centers, more for the newer centers.
Thank you very much.
What do you do of the...
Harshul, I think we should move to the next speaker.
Yes.
That was amazing information.
Thank
you. Do stay with us if you can to contribute for the other
Thanks
talk.
to Ritika as well for teaching me most of the things which I've said in the talk. Thank you.